their bank. So what happened? Anytime when you work in a QuickBooks allow you, this is a QuickBooks allows you to connect to your bank and credit card. So anytime you pay through your bank, check or deposit, or you use your credit card, all transaction will automatically come to QuickBooks. Make sense? So the smart people normally connect QuickBooks with the bank and credit card. So I use QuickBooks where I have initially I used to do entry. So example, I buy, let's say from Home Depot, I buy from Office Depot, I enter, and then I manually enter. So it was double activity. First, I need to track where we are spending. I need to maintain this many receipts, and then I need to enter. So I was tired. Then I did a linkage. So I can connect my bank to credit card. Bank and credit card, sorry, bank to QuickBooks and credit card to QuickBooks. Now, anything I do, any check I pay, or any income I get, automatically QuickBooks will get information from your bank. And this will give you opportunity to get all the details in one place, which is a QuickBooks. So first, let's example, you pay, let's say, utility bill check, you pay water bill, you pay internet, all will come to QuickBooks automatically. And then you reconcile. This is the question people will ask. Do you know what is reconcile means? Reconcile means, let's say you pay 4 bill. Did you get 4 bill here? Let's say you pay $100, $50, $60. Is this correct? So you need to say yes, 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 and yes. That's called reconcile. Double check, right? So in your interview, people will ask you, how do you reconcile? Normally people reconcile. If you're an accountant, normally do weekly. Worst come worst monthly, but don't take long time, because otherwise your entry will be a lot more. Because let's say you are getting every day, let's say 10 or 20 checks, and you're paying 10 or 20 people, then it will pile up. So it's very important that you reconcile every week or every month, but try not to do long time. In order to reconcile, you need to make sure you have connectivity with your bank and credit card. Now I'll show you how to do that. You don't have to tell me, but you should try it out and then cancel. The reason you should try it out, so you can see that, again, it's your account. Same thing, I have my account, but you need to try out so you can see how it works. So if you try out, it will ask your bank name, it will ask your bank account number and password, and then it will log in and it will pull all the details. And once you have, you can disconnect it. So that way you don't have to worry about it, but you can see how it works. And then you can reconcile that. When you bring it, it will be in a mode that it brought it, but it's not added. So like example, please understand. You spend the money through bank, or you spend money through credit card. It will bring to QuickBooks, but it will not show in income sheets or anywhere. It will wait for you to reconcile. When you reconcile, you say accept, then that expense will show up in your income sheets. Make sense? So this is kind of interim stage it will be unless you confirm it. Make sense? Why? Because QuickBooks doesn't know that it is perfect. So QuickBooks says, you know what? Tell me, what should I do? So there are two ways you can do. One, please remember, reconcile is a manual activity, or you can do bank rule. You can specify bank rule. I'll show you how to do that. So I specify bank rule or credit card rule. So rule means if you know that if it is a comment, go to utility bill. If it is a gas, go to mileage. You can automatically do. So it automatically accepts it. You don't have to do reconcile. Make sense? That way you save time. Make sense? So let's see here. Why don't you log into QuickBooks? We'll see first this activity.
So having that page, so I just
first login. Yeah, first login, and then I'll help you. Just log in your QuickBooks online. Just log in. Once you log in, we'll work together. I don't have extra mouse here. What is the issue with the mouse?
My mouse, I think, I don't know what it was. It says it's not taking.
What is that? In the USB, your other USB.
The USB device you connected to this computer malfunction.
Okay, so your USB is gone. So let me see wired mouse. I have wired mouse.
I make. Nah. Damn. Oh, that's the thing as well. Okay. Oh. So I asked my son, what did he do? That isn't. I'm disappointed. But total money was stable. Compared to dollars and January. You can. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. We'll do step by step, so you will not have any problem. Some activity which we cannot do, we can watch video because I don't want you to see, I don't want my bank information you can see, and I don't want your bank information. So we'll do step by step. So if you come here, you see this bank transactions here, right? Click on bank transactions. Are you guys able to see? Yeah. Hello. You have to see my screen. And if you're not able to see immediately, you need to stop me, because otherwise what will happen? I do not have any way to read your mind. You have my screen and you have your screen. You can immediately compare, right? And then you can say, yes, I'm able to see. Good so far? Yeah. So click on it. So when you do bank transactions, you will see options like that. Yes. Right? Now, the way it works is, please pay attention. The way it works, this is very important. If you are doing payroll, if you are doing online bill payment, if you are doing that invoices and all. So this is easy way. So what happens? Check it out. First is connect to the bank or credit card. You can connect to as many bank you want. Please see on the screen, Pooja. You can connect to any bank of your choice, right? So if you are a business has 3 accounts in bank, so you connect with all bank accounts. And if you have multiple credit cards, all those are business credit, right? So I'm going to show you. You can do it at home. You don't have to do now, but I'm going to show you, and then we'll see how it works. So let's click on create account. So right now, automatic income and expense tracking, right? So we are going to connect. So create an account. So it will ask which bank you want to connect, right? Follow along. So far, so good. Yes, sir. So here, let's say I want to connect. I have Bank of America, so I'm going to say Bank of America. Select on whichever bank you have. Most of the bank it supports. So click on Bank of America. Please click on it. So when you click on it, it will ask you what's your bank information, your account number, continue, and you follow along. So if you do continue, it will ask me to log into bank. Though I don't want to log in, right? But if you see, just like that, when you log in it will start on. Then it will give you a question. Do you want to bring entire year? You can give a window. So you can say since January 1st, 2024, I want to bring all my transactions to QuickBooks. What does that mean? It means all your transactions will come. This is your bank information and password. Or you can say, I want from today onwards. It means from today onwards, I need to bring all transactions. I will try one time just to see how it works. Make sense? So connecting bank is pretty piece of cake.
Can you tell me how do we connect to the bank?
That's why I keep saying, pay attention, right? Yeah. Right. Let me go back here. You're with that?
Yeah.
This is one, right? We can go more faster if you all are paying attention, because today we're going to do 30 entries. So every entry, if we go back, we'll not be able to finish, right? Make sure that's the reason. Pay attention on the class I'm sharing on the screen, right? bank transactions. Make sense?
Yeah.
Same thing you can do for credit card. So like example, you connect here and just like you are connecting to bank, right? You can also say credit card, right? So here, let's example, your credit card with this bank, you click on it and you can connect that. I would strongly suggest you do one time, but right now I don't want to do it because I'm just doing trial account. You should do it at your home. Once you connect, you will have options, so you will be comfortable. Almost every job people will ask you how to connect, because this is, if you ask me, it saves a lot of time. Why? Because normally what happens, company gets monthly statement and then you have to reconcile, right? Yes or no? Because you get a monthly statement, then you reconcile. If you have this thing right away you get. So on spot, you get right away information. Like example, if I buy in Walmart, as soon as buy within a second, it will be available in QuickBooks. So at single point of time, I know what transaction I made. And this is like a very simple, what you call action, but it is very helpful. Good, go to gear and we'll do some activity here. Gear, this is my favorite symbol, gear. Everything we do from here. So go to gear and you can see here, there are so many things are here. Anything you want to do in QuickBooks, this is your, I would say, masterpiece. Everything you can do. So first thing first, let's set up account setting. So we can set up account setting, some of the basic things like example, what type of accounting you are doing, some of the basic like example, if you are sales tax, example escort, example financial, cash basis, accrued basis, any setting you want to do, it's all here. Now, sometimes you may not need to do, but sometimes if you want to do it, this is the place. So let's click here, account setting, and try to be comfortable what you have. Most of the things are auto-selected, but you can always change it. So I'll come here. So first of all, can I count everyone is here?
Yeah.
Make sure you do it and give a smile, little bit thumbs up, because you guys are so scared, like no facial reaction. I'm only seeing your face to understand. Yesterday I was teaching one lady, like not lady, there are 6-7 people. And I asked, are you guys done? They say, yeah. I say, your facial reaction doesn't say that it is done. They say, yeah, I have a problem. I say, speak up then. Why am I teaching here? Right? As an instructor, I can see from your facial reaction. Remember, in real life, people see your face first before they believe you. So if your face is, then you are not clear. So that smiley face will give you idea that you're following along. If you have a problem, remember, you need to be pleasing personality. You're an accountant. Right? The accountant have a little more smile. Make sense or not? Because people like to talk to you if you're a happy person. If you're not a happy person, people will run away from you. So it's important, right? So you here, anything you want to change about accounting, you come here. So first is a company. Let's go one by one. Company. Let's say anytime you do invoice, please understand. Anytime you want to do invoice and you want to add a logo here, company logo, right? Good idea or not?
Yeah.
So here you can add a logo. Now, company will give you a logo, but if you don't have a logo, I can give you easy trick to add a logo. So first, search snip. Please search snip. Mac people will not have snip.
Yeah.
So you can just see here for a second. Search snip. Make sure you follow along.
Yes, but you know what? I have a new one and I have to set up in the.
So just tell me
Yes.
that I cannot follow
But you
because
know
I'm.
what? I know the program because I saw in the house.
No, I am fine with that, but I just want you to, my goal, if you're not following along, I'm fine.
Yes,
But otherwise, I'm waiting for you to follow along. Makes sense or not?
yes,
So you're good, right? I'm assuming you're taking notes. Okay, perfect.
yes.
Then that's perfect with me, right? So this is snipping tool. So this snipping tool allow you to create a logo. So now, let's say I want to create a logo for my company, right? So I have snipping tool and I go to my website. Let's say this is itexps.com. So this is my IT expert, right? So first of all,
Yeah.
now I have snipping tool. So this is my snipping tool. I click on new. I click on new, right? And then you can draw the square like this. So this way it will capture the logo. And then save this thing. File, save as, and save as a logo. Save as a logo, right? And put it in your download folder. So somewhere it will be stored, right? Store as logo and save it. The logo is saved. So far, so good, right? Now go back to QuickBooks and click on the logo. Click on the logo. So when you click on logo, there's a plus sign. Do you see that plus sign?
Yeah.
Click on the plus sign. Plus sign. And when you click on plus sign, you will have a dialog box open. Yes, sir. Now click on plus sign. Right. It's so easy once you understand it. And then double click on logo. So your logo will show up. This will be every invoice, every bill, everything logo will show up, which is a good idea to have company personalized. Do you agree? Right? Save it and you're done. Was it hard at all?
No.
Say yes or no.
No.
Perfect. Now, sometimes if you want to change the company name, you can change here company name. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, company will have EIN number. What is EIN number?
Social Security a company's number.
Social Security for personal. EIN is for employee identifier number. So let's do that. So I'm going to put EIN and I put a number. So this is my EIN number. Anything you can add. Again, this is a dummy number. Do you guys agree or not? Save it. So you just set up company info. Was it hard? It's a good idea, right? Now text. So company type, click on it. Now company normally have different type of what do you call things. So small business corporation, 2 or more owner. So our is S corp. Make sense?
Yes.
But let's say tomorrow, if you are changing that, you can change it. Make sense? So if you are doing non-profit, you have to do that. Make sense or not? Now industry, it's up to you. You don't have to change industry. Now go to next one. Check this thing. So when you do that, but whenever you're sending somebody bill, right, your email will be there. And if your company has a phone number, just write down phone number. Make sense or not? So what happens when you send email? Please understand, when you send email, when you generate report, it will automatically add information for you. So you don't have to enter, which is nice actually, right? Now, here, if your company has a website, plug it in. Make sense or not? And save it. Please try to understand, this is very, very easy. And it's very, very important also. Clear? Any questions so far? So contact information is ready. Address we did before. So it's all perfect. Now, if I go here, so this is good. So this section about company, what did we do? We add a logo, we can add a company type, we add a contact information. So you know how to. This is only one place and everywhere it will automatically change. Now let's go to usage. Just follow along. When you are not doing, just follow along. So you will understand. So usage means it will say how you're using it. So right now, so far, billable user, I have only one. And you can always audit who is the billable user. Chart of account 2. Tag is, so this is what I have used so far, right? Payments, click on payments. So you can say we will need to verify, so you can keep tracking on payment, which we have not done payment part. So like that. QuickBooks checking, which says we have not done that part. That's fine. Sales. So sales we are going to do today. We will add a products. We'll add a products and we'll try to sell it, our product. So please understand, like example, you have business and you are doing product sell or service sell. So we can create our sales, our services, like these are service catalog. Service catalog when people are doing lawn mower, right? They can say we can trim the tree. That's one service. We can cut the lawn. That's a second service. Remove the snow. That's a third service. We can do like the yard work, fourth service. Makes sense or not? Each service they charge. That's called service catalog. Makes sense or not? So we're gonna do that. In that situation, there are options available. Please understand. So when you sell somebody, net 30, what is net 30 means?
30 days.
Means if you send somebody invoice, they have to pay bill in 30 days. So you generate invoice, you need to get bill in 30 days. But most companies will do 90 days. Do you know that? Why? Why they will ask 90 days?
They give time for.
It's OPM, other people money, right? OPM. So like OPM means other people money. So if I say 90 days, what that means? That company doesn't have to pay you till 90 days. It means this, whatever you did, so you already paid, you completed the service, and you are sending them invoice. They're going to pay you after 90 days. What that means? 90 days, they got a free credit. They got a free credit. So majority big company will say 90 days. What you need to do, bring them back 30 days or 45 days or 60 days versus 90 days. Why? Because if you have 10 customers, each one charge 50,000, now your 500,000 is blocked. Do you guys agree? Are you understanding or not?
Yes.
These are common sense. 500,000 gone. Now you're gonna have money. 500,000. When you gonna get back? And some of them may not pay you. In the United States, most people file bankruptcy because of this. Because of, right? So don't give like a net pay. So you can change here. So if you don't like here, click here. So edit, and you can change here. You can say 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, due on receipt. So these are options available, right? Shipping. Do you charge shipping thing? If you are charging shipping, there is the information. Service days, discount, right? Deposit. If you are going to give somebody discount, right? So again, changes here. Now invoice payment, right? If you want ACH means automatic payment. Then when you send them link, there will be link. Through that link, they can pay it, and automatically it will come to your bank.
What's the difference between ACH, wire, and the?
Gel is in my understanding, it's like a broker type of thing. So gel, like example, you are giving to gel, and then they will transfer to bank. So it's kind of middleman. Easy language, PCI. So a payment, what do you call PCI PayPal, it's like that. So gel is that, but they are a kind of broker, just like a PAL.
There's limit also, then you cannot pay a lot of money.
Yeah, but
Maybe, how is that?
that I'm explaining. But gel is like broker. ACH is a straight go to bank. So bank to bank transaction. So when you do bank to bank, it's an automatic transaction. So bank to bank. So when you do bank to bank, it's kind of more secure. So ideally, if somebody wants to give money, I will not go to jail or payment PayPal. I will go to ACH. If it's a secure business, like example, we do work with many government companies. ACH, straight go to bank. Because if I go to middleman, they sometimes charge commission, and sometimes you may have 1 day, 2 day delay, right? If I have like 100,000, 1 day delay, what that means? They use 100,000 for 1 day. They will invest money for 1 day. They make money and then they give me 100,000. Looks like nothing happened. But every time you have 1 day, you are giving free, they make money. Now let's say 500,000, if I deposit that money and I make money, I can make it. But 1 day I did not have that money. So the people like PayPal and all, they make money because of they keep money for a certain period. So they have a lot of money. They invest in stock, they invest in deposit, and then next day they give you. But that 1 day they got a lot of money. Yes or no? So ACH, there is no limit because it's bank to bank transaction. Wire transfer is fast paced. So ACH normally reflect in a day or 5. So there is a 3 day, 1 day to 5 days reflection. But wire transfer reflect in the same hour or same day. So wire transfer, they charge money. So there's a cost associated to wire, I think $25. So $15 nowadays.
So even in ACH, they charge.
No, ACH they don't charge. ACH not, they charge now because bank to bank transaction they don't charge. But if you do wire transfer, there's a charge because the speed is there. In ACH, like example, if you are working with itexps, we give you what do you call payroll, right? So we directly deposit to your bank. That's called ACH. Makes sense or not? It withdraw from my bank, deposit to your. I ran payroll today. You will see reflection on Wednesday. There is no charge. But if I do it here and you want right away, then I need to do wire. So local wire, I think $15. International wire might be more. Now wire means, technically speaking, wire means money literally transfer. ACH means bank will transfer. So there is a delay on that. That's pretty much it. Which one is, I prefer ACH. Why? Because it's slow but secure. Wire transfer, biggest problem is, this is very important. If wire you transfer and you didn't get it, let's say I transfer wire and somebody intercept.
As a block.
Yes.
There is a one, listen.
Oh, yes, I'm listening.
What is it? Last time.
Okay, so I tried to open in my head, but I can't because. I
That's
can't
okay.
see.
You can always pay
But you know
attention.
what?
What is the last sentence he was saying? No, I'm here to help. Okay. See, I'm not the instructor. Okay, keep teaching, you don't pay attention. I will pay attention because this is something will get you job or you lose the job. So wire transfer has the biggest fraud happen. The maximum fraud happen because of wire transfer. Because wire transfer, as soon as you do wire transfer, money lifted. And then if it is went to right person or wrong person, bank is not responsible. Make sense? So I would not do wire transfer unless you know that. So example, I want to send money to India. That's a wire transfer. But as soon as I say $10,000, and then if even India people didn't receive, I lost my money. Bank is not responsible. It clearly says that wire transfer is your responsibility. Sorry, all the fraud happened through wire transfer.
I didn't know that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So you can do that. Now, if you're selling product, right? So product service, the column and sales. So if you want to show SKU, SKU means number, right? Every product. So you can click here. Let's click here and we'll do SKU on. So we'll say SKU on, and then turn on price rules if you quantity and price, which is on. Track inventory, which is on, no problem. Revenue recognitions, that's fine. Let's say. So SKU is nothing but every product will have unique number. That's all SKU. So save it. Now late fee. So here, if somebody paying you late fee, like example, you pay invoice and they're supposed to pay 30 days and they took 40 days. Should you charge late fee? So that is what here. So right now it's off, but we can do that. Default email message sent from. So click here and we'll change the message. So anytime you send email, right? You can say dear, the full name, now invoice, new payment request from Patel. And now if you want to change anything here, this message, this email will go to them. Make sense? So if you want to change here, like example, we appreciate your business. If you have any questions, like if you want to write down, if you have any questions, please call 847 9034. Make sense? So you added the message. So anyone gets email, they will get this template. So you don't have to type a single message. It's automatic. You can also click that. So it will email you. Make sense? So that way you have copied that. If you have other people, if you want to copy, you can do that and save it. Now, perfect. This is all good. Now let's go to expenses. I just want to make sure you are aware because sometimes it will be very helpful for you to configure it. So item table on expense and purchase form, don't have to do. Track expense and item for customers, no need to worry about it. That's fine. For expense also, if you want to change the message, no problem. Time, click on time. Now, first day work week. Now you have Sunday, first day work week. So if you want to, most people do Monday. So if you want to do Monday, just do Monday. It means it will start the calendar accordingly. So just do Monday. Now, what did I say? Sometimes not quite right. Oops. First day of week, you and we're working on the same time. Oops. What does that mean? Finish before you did. You work was not safe. Why? You guys are getting error?
Yeah.
You are also getting
Maybe
error?
you have to do something. My one is done.
Yeah. I refresh it. Sometimes it refreshes you.
My one is good.
No problem. We'll fix it. Sometimes it's saving issue, so I just refresh. Now I'm going to edit. And
Yeah,
save
I got
now.
it.
Sometimes refresh issue. So done. Now time sheet, show service field and all time unbillable. So this is very important. Those who are doing payroll, right? Mostly next week I'll do payroll. Next week will be our last class. So make sure you do homework and bring questions. But time sheets. So time sheets, like when you fill up the time sheets, you can specify like here, show service field means what service they worked on. And then you can specify Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, how many hours they are working. So again, your options here. These are on. So billing rate to user entering time. So again, if you want to show billing rate, normally it's sensitive information, so we don't want to show that. So it's okay. So also cancel. So here we only change Monday. Next, what to advance? In advance, they are asking fiscal year. So there are sometimes, company will ask, what is your fiscal year? Normally company use fiscal year January. What is fiscal year? So fiscal year is like where you start a brand new year. Most companies start fiscal year on January. Some companies start in April. Again, depends on the need. You can change it, but you have to stick with that. You can't keep changing.
Is it for the business it's on June?
No. You're talking, what is June? Then you can't start in the middle of the year. So normally people do December end or January. Normally people do. So the way it starts is you want to create income sheets and balances. Income sheets and balances are January to December. So like example, somebody say, what was your last year profit? That year, the year started from January to December. So that's why the starting point is January and the ending point is December. Makes sense or not? So that's the reason most people do January. If there are company for a reason, some country, they may have India or someone, their starting is maybe March, but then March to March. Makes sense or not? It has to be year. Yeah. Now, same as a fiscal year. So here you can see here, first month of fiscal year is January and first month of income tax year. So same as a fiscal year. So sometimes, January or same as fiscal, you can define that. Accounting method, this is something important. There are two. What's the difference? What's the difference? Cash versus accrual, we discuss about. Come on.
Cash is like whatever business transaction we are doing, like on a cash basis.
Very good. What about accrual? We discuss about it.
Accrual is like when we are doing a transaction, but there is a certain limitation to it.
No, it will be like within 90 days or.
Yeah, coming closer.
Yeah, it's like
Cash means you get right away money.
right away money.
Accrual means you may get later.
Mhm.
You may get later. So, like example, you are doing internet at home.
Mhm.
You don't pay every day.
Yeah.
You pay every month. So you are accruing. You're using services. You're using services, but you're not paying. That's called accrual basis. So you need to ask your company what type of model they are having. So, like example, $100. When I get it, if I show that, that's cash based. Or I perform service of $100. And if I show, it's called accrual basis. So if I'm a service model, like example, home loan guy, if he does whole year and he doesn't get any money because he will accrue at the year end, then he has $0. But if you say accrual basis, then he say, you know what, I completed service every month, he will put accrual means even money didn't come, I'm going to show you. But cash basis, money comes, I show you. So depends on the model. Like example, some business, like if you think about store, sell. They give immediate money, they get immediate money, they do cash basis. But some business where you don't get money immediately, right? And if you still want to show that I'm making money, then accrual basis. So example, if my customer is going to pay 90 days, but I want to show every month how much, service I perform, then accrual basis. Now, which one is good? We can debate which one is good, but cash is cash because accrual basis, listen carefully, there's the biggest problem in accrual basis. You are saying, I perform the service, so I will get money, which is called account receivable. Speak with me.
Account
Receivable. Account
receivable.
receivable. But if you don't pay me, then I already paid tax. Do you guys agree or not?
Yeah.
Because account receivable means I will get money and I'm paying tax now, though I have not received any money. That's a,
Sorry, Mr. Kushan. So why you pay tax then if you don't have money?
because you use this method. You see this, that's what you're saying. You're saying method. You're saying I will be running my business on accrual basis. So income tax says that income tax, oh, you're doing accrual basis. So you start paying tax based on service you perform. Why would you do that? Stupid.
Yes.
Yes or no? Complete stupid. Yes or no? The only way people do, if there is a whole business is like that. Okay, in that case, there are advantage and disadvantage. Advantage is like you can show money even though you did not earn money. Yes or no? Because sometimes you want to sell the business, just an example. Then you can show the business viability. Viability means I will make money because I perform the services. You guys agree or not? I will make money because I perform the services, though you didn't make money. So accrual base shows that business has a viability to survive. Are you understanding or not?
Yeah.
When person cut the loan, he doesn't get money every day, month, sometimes even after 4 months he get money. So if somebody say, I want to buy your business, the guy say, you know what, how much it worth? So he'll say, I am doing services to 100 customers and I charge $40. So 4,000 I'm accruing. So last 3 months, at approximately 12,000 I accrue. So if you want to buy business, you need to give me 15,000 because 12,000 every month, every 3 months we get it. So this way he can show the business viability. But income tax, you get more money, even though, let's say you give me bill, I don't pay you, but you already pay tax. So accrual basis is like shooting yourself on the foot, right? Because there is no reason, because there is no guarantee you will get money. Do you agree or not? Most people, they negotiate, trust me. I don't have money. You guys say, no, I did. What if I give you only 30%? It's okay, we can close the account. So it means instead of $100, you get only $30. So I would keep it cash basis. Good?
Yeah.
And close the book. Now it's fine, save it. Everything is fine. Enable chart of account. And
Sorry,
I just do cash. Yeah.
Cash.
Advance. Cash.
Yeah, I'm advanced. Then
Here, you can see on the screen. The first.
the first one, okay. Accounting method, yeah,
Yes. Save it. We have done this. This is all fine. Automations pre-fill of with previous entry content, which is good. Automatically.
So the company type for the tax form, it's a small business.
Yeah,
corporation.
ESCO, which we did, right?
Yes, so the form is 1120S.
Yeah. That's the form, you know,
Is
if
that
you
a tax form?
no, that's the form for registration.
Oh,
So when you register, you need to write like your, I'll show you. It's just a very simple form. Who is the owner? How many stocks you have? Yeah, this type of form you will have. So here, when you you are showing who is the person, what is your EIN number, and then entire details. This will be automatically created for you. Who creates? QuickBooks will. QuickBooks will create for you. So you only need to say what form you need to fill up. So it will fill up for you. The QuickBook does a lot of good things, but you have to configure it properly. So this is the configuration part. Now project. So sometimes QuickBook allows you to manage projects. So like example, if I'm making income and if I want to track project hours. So if I want to do project-based income management, right, I can do that. So in project, let's say I have 4 resources, how much money I make. If you want to track, you can do that also. They call job or project. Currency. If you are in Canada, you can change the currency. So if you click on here, you can change the currency. Click here and change the currency if you have different country. So if you are doing business in Canada, then you check that currency if you're in different country, but here no problem. Business network, allow member to find me, no problem. Date format, you can see here, these are like a different format. So date format, MMDD Viber. If you're in Canada, you can do DDMM Viber. Customer label is fine. This is fine. When we did members that already wrong in there, sign me out inactive. This is all good. So let's done. So we click on done. So this is like basic account setting. This is only one time you need to do. So far so good. Now I'm back to business. Now let's go back to gear one more time. Gear one more time. And in this then we are going to do manage user. Manage users. Click on manage users. So who can access your QuickBook? So you can manage who can access. So when you're in company, normally you as an accountant, you have a couple of ways to manage. Like you name somebody entry, you can enter, so they can do entry. You can enter payroll entry. You can export, you can report, and you can also send to your accountant, right? You can send accountant. So there are different ways you can add user. So check it out. Add user. Please follow along. Add user. So when you do add user, you can give a name. Let's say I'm just giving a name for Tom. Last name is Patel. I give Tom at itexps.com. The person will get an email. So you can see there are different type of way you can define role. So if you want company admin, right? Company admin, so they can do almost everything. The standard, no access, they can view it. Account receivable. So those person who is going to focus on account receivable, they focus on that. The person who is focused on account payable, right? standard limit customer and vendors. So they can only do customer related and vendor related activity. So in-house accountant means your team member, right? Your team member, right? So someone wants to do time management, tracking also. You can see there are a lot of informations are there. Track time only, right? So whom you're like payment only, right? Take payment off. So what kind of payment they take, right? Off. So they can do that. View company reports, they generate report only. So your choice, like what type of role you want to create. Make sense? Huh?
Yeah.
There are different roles you have. Again, choice is yours. Like example, someone is payroll manager. If somebody wants to run only payroll, you give them only expense. Somebody want to do sales related. Someone want to expense only, right? So the guy will only do expense. He will not see anything else, good thing or bad. So divide and conquer. If your company has a lot more activity going on, you don't have to do everything by yourself. So right now, let's do one thing. We'll do expense manager. So I'm going to expense manager. And then if you do view permissions, you have permissions here. So here you selected expense manager. Makes sense? Now view permissions. So you can see here for expense, you have full permissions, right? And for list, you have full vendor, and again, you have view permissions, right? But you are no permission on employee and customer, right? So you can see what you have and what you don't have. Again, these informations are available and you can send invite. So if I send invite, I will get an email. Make sense? So right now I'm just going to send invite that you get. So that will be a one user added. Good?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Once that guy accept, it will be showing here accepted. Right?
Yeah.
Now click on rules.
So I put my email address on this.
Now click on rules.
Change email address.
Yeah, click on rules. So here there are different roles are there. So if you want to create your own role, you can do that. You can customize the role if you want. So like somebody saying, no, what I want this, you can customize. If you want new role, you can add a new role and you can do that. You may not need all roles because there are lots of roles already they created. But again, in case if you want to create, you can do. There are edit capability available where you can enable or disable some of the capability. So you can customize if you want. Right? This is only needed when your multiple people are accessing your QuickBook. Good.
Yes.
Let's go back to gear one more time. Now, custom form style. This is very important because you can customize your form, the color, style, font, and all. So like any invoice you generate, how beautiful you can generate. I'll show you. So custom form style, let's click on it. So here it's all branding. What do you do? Branding. So right now they have standard branding. I'm going to create my new style. So let's say new style. So they give options, which one you want to do. So like example, let's say I want to create invoice. So invoice, a special style. So click on invoice. So here, this is what invoice will look. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now we can customize. We can give a beautiful look. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
So check it out. So here, first of all, this is our content, right? First, let me click on color. So if I click on color, you see this color, we can change the color. So if you click on it, and let's say I'm just clicking here, see what happens. Do you guys notice that?
Yes.
Say yes or no.
Yeah.
So your choice is a company have branding. So you can pick a brand, whichever you like. Mine is a blue color. So I might select that blue, right? Now the font. So right now, if you see this font, right, there are fonts. If you click on the font and you can select font and see how it will look. Do you guys agree? So again, choice is yours. Whichever you like, you can define that. Okay, you can make it bigger font, smaller font, choice is here. Now go to design. Click on design. So we are in design itself. Let's click on logo. Click on logo. Do you see that? Make sure you see on the screen. Because there are so many small things, but within a second you will understand. I already have a logo, so I'm going to click on the logo and I'll say show logo. So here you see how beautiful it looks. Remember we have added logo? Yes, sir?
Yes.
Right? And you can say logo size small, medium, you can do that. In a placement in the middle, right, left, you can do that. Easy.
Yes.
Right? This is I could like it. Now dive with the template, click on template, and there are many type of templates. So if this is one template, you can see which one you like. Beautiful,
So beautiful.
right? See, guys, this is like many people spend like hours. Here you say get in a second. Once you do it, lifetime it will use it. So you just need to configure once, and then when you generate invoice, it will be nice, beautiful invoice. I like this thing. I want to keep it, right? Everything looks good to me. Now go to content. So if you content something like example, you want to change some content, you click on the content. If you want to remove something, I want to add a phone number. So you click on phone number is added. So in content, you click on it.
Sorry, Mr. Tushar, where is content?
You can see here,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. right? And you can click on that, right? Check on that, and you can see here.
Yeah.
You click here, you can do that. If you want to add something, a website name, like example, you say website. So you click on website, so website is added. If you say address, address is added. Do you see that or no?
Yes.
As you add, remove, the choice is yours, right? Shipping information, if you want to do that. Now, if you want to preview how it looks as a PDF, click on preview. So this is what, when you send email, this is what customer will see. Like it, beautiful. Do you agree? Now, how professional, right? Professionally, you can specify that. So I'm going to close this PDF. Now I'm going to say done, right? Done. So this way, my style is done, which I created invoice style. Now let's say if you want to change another style, sales receipt, click on the same thing, click on sales receipt, right? Same thing, customize like logo. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
So this one, whichever ways you like, you can do that color, style, choice is yours, right? And then if you say content, and sorry, my mistake, design style, sorry, template style, whichever you like. So here, this is my temp style. I like that, and I said that. So basically, I will show you this will be used later on. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I created an invoice style and I created a sales receipt. Any questions? Okay. How many times you need to do? Once. But make sure it's a branding. Branding in the sense a company has as a target red color, then everything should be appropriate red color. If our is a blue color, then appropriate blue color. Good.
Yes, I thought the logo. You don't have the logo, you have to create a logo, right?
You should create a logo because it is proven that people see logo first, then they see company. So when you see this thing, what comes in your mind?
It's no landscaping.
This one.
What?
When you see,
Website.
no, when you see this symbol, which company comes in your mind?
Mhm.
It means you are not popular, not in the US. This is Nike symbol. Nike,
Oh, yeah.
right? Now, if you think thumbs up like this, right? Coca-Cola like this, thumbs up, right? Thumbs up will show up, right? Yes or no? So everything has a logo, right? If you think Apple, right? Apple, right? So what does that mean? That's a logo. Logo is very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah. See, when you see this thing,
Yeah.
anytime now onwards, you will see that this logo. So what is this logo means? Logo has a meaning, a story. So this logo has a very big story. You want to know? When I was in school, very young, we used to have a prayer in the school. The prayer was like, Om Astoma Tamso Sat Sadgamay Tamsoma Jyotirgamay Mrityuma Amrutgamay. Means there are three worlds. One is a dark world. From dark world, we want to go to light. One is untruth. From there, you want to go to truth. And from other exercise, we want to go. So education is a light. Education is light. It transforms you from darkest world to the newest world, from old world to new. And that is the reason light think through, we empower our client. So that's the low story. Is this. Make sense? So the people who come here, they are in dark in easy language. But when they education through, we provide light. So they can see world different.
Very nice.
Right? So every logo has a meaning. So you may spend time to create a logo. Yeah, without logo, company will not recognize. Let me repeat. We trademark by the way now.
Yeah, because when I tried to do some voice, they need to be a logo.
If people create a logo in now, $100. So if you want to create a logo, you could create $100. If you want some yourself, start something. Anyway, good. Let's go to gear. So we did a chart. Now let's do chart of accounts, which we did last time, but we're going to do again. Chart of accounts. Let's create it. I'm hoping you're following along.
Yes,
Because this is the way you learn, by doing it rather than spending time. So chart of account. Most of the time you will spend time in chart of accounts. So click on chart of accounts. Now there are already many charts of accounts out there, but I'm going to create it so you can be comfortable. I ask you to do homework. You will see how easy it is. Hardly take maybe less than 2 minutes to complete homework. So click on new. Click on new. So when you click on new, you have access here. So I'm going to create a new bank. Let's say bank, Chase Bank. Chase Bank.
Can I keep saying Bank of America?
No, because I want to show the transfer. So I already have Bank of America here. So I want to show transfer. I want to show transfer means I want to transfer money from Bank of America to Chase, Chase to bank. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? You can
Yes.
transfer money. So select bank and we'll say opening balance. This bank has, let's say, 5,000. Good. Okay. And then save it. Good. So I created one chart account called Chase Bank. You can see right now, visible Chase Bank. Do you guys see that or no?
Yes.
Now let's say I want to take a loan. I want to take a loan. So click on new. Right. Now I'll say SBA loan. SBA means Small Business Administration. Trust me, Small Business Administration loan. During COVID, everyone took loan. I also took loan. Right. SBA loan. Good.
Yes.
Now here you want to select a loan. So liability. So here long-term liability. Let's do long-term liability. And because I took a loan, $150,000 loan, we took 150,000. Makes sense, huh? Right? And long-term. So it will show long-term business loan. So this is what we want to select SBA loan, which is fine. So for
The
service,
description you don't have to write anything.
no, doesn't, right? Because you have already account, right? And now save it. So anytime, let's say you want to do something, you want to maintain, you can come up with this new and create it. So let's create another. I think last time we did a furniture, but let's do, let's go to new. I'll show you. If you are buying assets, let's say anything you buy. So like example, equipment, right? Equipment and equipment and equipment and parts. Let's do that. And here you can select assets. Make sense? So anytime you're buying equipment, it will be part of assets. So asset goes to balance it. Asset goes to balance it. And you don't have to opening balance. So just say save it. Automatically it will go to save. Make sense? Yeah, fixed asset and save it. Right? So it says 1 second. It says 1 second. Detail type fixed asset account depreciations cannot be parent account. Oh. Detail type fixed asset. Here I need to select that. That's what it is saying. So we'll select here fixed asset furniture. Now equipment, I want equipment. So here fixed asset, other tools and equipment. Other tools and equipment. So see here. Please see here this thing. You will see that. Always you see this. If I have it, you will have it.
Yes.
We all are using same software, so good. Got me? Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Now save it. So this is where you add that. Very simple. Now let's add one more. So we did that. I said we did. Let's do the entertainment expense. Let's do that. New. So this way you can create chart account, like example, like food. Let's do food. food expense, just an example, food expense or meal expense, whatever you want. Here, expense. So select expense. Now here, select something which is very entertainment meals expense. So like that. So you're saying food expense, you're saying expense, entertainment, and meal expense. Right? Yes, sir. And then save it. So we created that expense. Do you think it's hard? This was your homework. Hardly take 2 minutes. And if you don't have 2 minutes, this is my mantra to you. Yeah, so mantra is very simple. The day you have 0 time for yourself, that's the time you're not good. Right?
I'm sorry, the expenses, then what you choose there? Select
meal expense. Meal, entertainment and
food.
meal. Entertainment and meal.
Then,
Entertainment and meal.
yeah.
Good. So far, so good. Now let's continue. Make sure you keep paying attention because these are things, it's simple for you as you go further. Now, payroll setting we cannot do today. We'll do next week. I'll do next week. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Rules, let's do rules for you. Why rules? So remember, we talk about reconciliation. What is reconciliation?
To check.
To check. When bank transaction comes, you reconcile. But if you want to automatically reconcile, then rules are there. So let's click on rule. So when you click on rules, you come here. Now you're going to create a rule. This is really save time. I love it. I have 200 rules, right? So because the reason it saves a lot of time. So having a rules, what happens if some expense comes, it automatically put to their account type. So it gives you a beautiful grouping. And trust me, after I started doing rules, I used to spend 4 hours a week. Now I hardly spend 4 minutes a week because it does awesome. So let's click on create, go to rules. Now here we're going to create new rules. Click on new rules. Why do we create a rules? Because to categorize expense income. So now let's say I want to say bank, let's say bank rule, right? Just let's say bank rule. You can give any name, bank rule. Make sure you follow along, okay? Bank rule. Now money in, because bank rule, money in. So if money comes in, then I have a question. Money comes in, then I have a question. Now here it says apply this transaction to that, not bank in it, no bank account. So I do not have bank account, so it's not allowing me rule because remember things comes from here. But time being, just assume that I have bank account, right? Now it says, do you want to apply to all? I would say yes. And then I'll say description. Bank will send you something. Bank will send you something. Normally bank will send you description. So in descriptions, if contains, so I'll say that example, bank says credit, right? Just like a credit. So credit means money came in. Yes or no? Credit means money came in. If bank says there is a credit, right? There are 2 things banks do. 3, credit, debit, and transfer. Credit means deposit. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Transfer means you're exchanging between banks. And then debit means money come out. But here we want to do money in. If it is money out, what is that? Money out means I would do money out, then in that case it's a debit, right? Now you can test rule also. So if you have any item here, you can test the rule. What happens? It will tell you automatically, it will adjust your information. So now they're saying if money comes in, that's called deposit, right? Now which category you should deposit? So here you have many options, right? How you deposit. So like example, category. So transaction type is category. Let's see here. So here, why you got money, basically, that's what we are trying to do. So here, I want to know credit card. No. Let's see. Bank. Do you have? Yeah, here you go. Do you see that? Yeah. So you can see here. So test rule. So what then assign to bank. But if I have specific, listen carefully, money comes, like I'm doing hello, hello, hello. Money comes, money doesn't come just like that. I do something, I do things, either I sell product or service. Yes or no? So I don't have that account. So let's create that. Right now, I don't have account for product or service. Right? Do I have account? No. Right? Let's say example, service. I'm searching service. Yeah, there is a service. So I'll pick a service. I have service. Do you agree? So what I'm saying here, but please understand, I'm saying that if money comes to my bank, because I provided service. Make sense? Huh?
Yeah.
So all income will automatically go to service account. Good thing or bad thing? So now let's assume, hello, hello, hello. Let's say I do 3 types of services. Maybe training service, maybe consulting service, maybe something like a staffing service. So I can create three chart account. Remember we created, so we can say training service, what do you call, consulting service, and staffing. So that will break down. My income. Good thing or bad thing? Very good thing, right? So right now we keep it like that. Now it says P recommendation. I don't need anything. What is needed? Why the save is not there? Oh, because I don't have bank setup. Yes or no? If I have bank setup, then I'll save it. So what will happen? As soon as bank will get income, automatically it will go to services. Make sense? In that case, I don't have to do confirm, and my reconciliation will be super duper easy.
Right.
Good. Creating bank. How many bank rules you can create? As many as you want. Right? Bank rules you can create as many as you want. Like example, can I create utility rule? Yes, you can just specify comment rule. What you can say? Comment rule. And money out, because comment rule money out. Why money out? Because it's expense. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And now you can say here, instead of deposit, you're going to select payment, right? So here, category will be expense. Like this. So expense. And now let's say expense, you pick like expense, then you can have what type of expense is it? Like utility expense. So you can select that utility expense here. Any expense like electricity or anything, you can select that. So if money out, listen carefully, money out and content, let's say, just an example, contains comment. So then it will go to that particular account. If money has NICO, it will go to that account. So what will happen? When money is going out, you can now fan out. Expense to NICO, expense to AT&T, expense to Comcast, expense to good thing or bad thing?
Yeah.
Very good thing. Why? Because otherwise it was considered as an expense. Now you're qualifying that expense is for meal expense, utility expense, service bill expense, water bill expense. Makes sense?
Yes.
So at the end of the year, you will have a nice grouping, which will show up in your income sheets, right? Expense will show up in income sheets, and assets and liability will show up in your balance sheets. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
One thing you need to be clear: assets and liability balances. Assets, liability in balances. Expense and income will be income sheets, right? So we got that. Now do cancel.
Okay, question.
Uh-huh.
I have to put in my sponsors, my personal phone.
Sorry.
Can I put,
Sorry.
and it's good. Can I put my personal phone?
No. Personal phone. Okay. Personal phone. If it is a company name or you are using for company,
And use it for, wow, for.
then you can say that phone expenses.
Oh,
I would suggest call which company you are using phone.
yes.
Which company?
No. I use my phone for the company.
I understand, but you are using phone for Verizon, AT&T.
Verizon.
Then call them and say I want to transfer to business.
Oh.
So then a bill will come. Otherwise, you will not have bill, right? Good news, Verizon will give you good discount also because you are doing business. Normal people pay $60. Business people pay $29. So you get like 30%, 40% discount.
Oh.
Right? And all expenses you can apply to your business account.
Okay.
In that case, create a chart of account, phone expenses.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? Chart of account, phone expenses, and then phone expenses like that. And then every bill, it automatically, and create a rule. If description is Verizon, it should go to phone expenses. Are you understanding or not?
Yes.
It makes life super duper easy. All phone expressions automatically. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, because the person when she's doing my taxes, she say, don't put the form on, because this is says personal.
Because you don't have that tie with the business. You can call Verizon and you can transfer them. Right?
Okay.
They will give you discount and always ask discount. Always ask discount. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to gear. Now, so we have quite a bit very good here so far. Now we also just talk about here. I'll come to product and service in few minutes, otherwise we'll do next week. But I want to reconcile. Let's click on reconcile. So just want to give you an idea. We will not get much detail because we don't have bank associated, but go to reconcile. So it will ask you, do you have bank record? Do you agree or not? We don't have bank record, so we cannot reconcile. If I do reconcile, what will happen? It will show all transactions came from bank. Make sense? All transactions show from credit card, and then will be a button, view or confirm. So if you say confirm, then it will go to respective chart of account. Respective chart of account. If you don't want to do manually, then you do bank rules. Make sense?
Yeah.
Bank rule will automatically do that, and it will be saving time. So here you can't do that because we don't have bank connections. Now go back here, and so I want to show you something before I do that. Now, sometime in interview, people will ask you this question. Please understand. If you have, there are multiple type of QuickBooks. One is called desktop QuickBook. Desktop means like right now we are using online. So if you have desktop QuickBook and if you want to import the data here, you can do that. Make sense? So like example, your client is working on desktop and you want to say, no, let's bring it to online. The reason online, anybody can access. Desktop only you can access from that computer. Makes sense? So nowadays what happened, they export it. And when you export, you can import it. So question is, can I exchange desktop data, QuickBook desktop data to QuickBook Online? Answer is yes, right? Sometimes you have one by one file, right? One by one, like example, vendor data, customer data, transaction data. So if you have one by one file, you can bring one by one. Okay. So like right now, so like example, you have local desktop and you say, no, I want to just bring vendors data. So you export here and then you import here. Make sense? So I'll show you here. In our case, we're going to export. If I get export, I can also import to the desktop. Make sense? So what is export mean? Export means what I have, I'm going to create a list. And rather than manually entering, I can import it. So that's called bulk entry. What do you call? Bulk entry. So right now, let's say I want to show you. Why don't you click here, export, so you will understand. Click on export data. Click on export data. So when you click on that, it will give you a list of that, what you want to export. So far, so good. So right now, I'm just going to cancel it. So far, so good. Now, it says that do you want to export all those things, right? Do you want to export all of this thing? Or you can click on list. So if you do list, your customer list, employee list, vendor list. So here you are exporting this thing. So I click on list. Please understand, click on list. So if I have multiple customers, it will export that. If I have multiple employees, it will export it. If vendors, export it. Just like I'm exporting. Exporting means you are taking out from QuickBook. Yes or no?
Yes.
Same thing. Let's say if somebody has, you can import also. Do you agree or no? So now let's do export. Export to Excel. Click on export to Excel. So you will see Excel file will show up. You will see Excel files will show up. Yes, sir?
Yeah,
No.
do you want to allow the download?
Yes, yes. Now click on export this file. So I can see all my data is exported. Now I can give it to my team member. They can add here. They can add they want. They can remove it and I can import it. Make sense? So if they don't have QuickBook access, then I can give, hey, why don't you add all vendors here and then give me? And why don't you all general, do all employees? So they give me those data. When they give me, I will import it. Make sense?
Yeah.
So now let's see, if you double click on customer, because we had added customer last week. So you can see here, you will see that one customer information, Mike. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Last week we saw. Same thing, if I cancel it, let's say vendor. I thought we added vendor, I think Thomas or something, right? So you will
This
see.
one is showing different because
That's
maybe I like it.
Yeah, see, I have Office Depot, right? So if I have vendors, I will see all the details. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
As you do this thing, like example, balances. Let's double click on balances. So whatever you are in balances, you can export here. Look at this, balance sheet is exported. Make sense or no? So this way you can export and import also. Good. Yeah. Now let's go back to our QuickBooks. Cancel this thing. There's an X here. We are done with this. Now go to gear. See, most of the things you can do through gear. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Right? All of the things which we are doing through gear. Now, if you want to know who logged into my QuickBooks in the last few days, so there's an audit log. So click on audit log. So you can see what happened. Who logged in? So if you click on audit log, it will show you. I didn't show it. It should show up. Yeah, here you go. So it will show you when you logged in. So you can see right now what I did, everything. Right? Do you see that?
Yes.
So you can see today's time. What I'm doing is I did this. You see that?
Yeah.
So last week details also you will be visible. So if you go see everything what I did last week also, whatever I have done, I can see the detail. So who did what and what they did. Audit log is a wonderful way to track. Otherwise, what happened? Somebody deleted, somebody added. Here you have information. Right? Now, the most important part here is journal. So let's do here journal. You see journal? Where is my journal? Do you see the journal somewhere? Journal entry should be here. If it is not there, don't worry. I will show you something. You can search here. This is beautiful part. I love this part. Magnify that. Click here. And if you click here, you can search journal. So if you do it, this is like an easy search. You can easily search anything you want. So like a journal. So you can see the journal entry. Now in interview, people will ask you what is journal entry? The journal entry, when you don't have a way to receive payment or generate invoice or something, you don't have a way to get evidence, but you know you got a money. So that time you have a choice to make journal entry, which is called manual entry. So like normally you get from bank or credit card, your entry, yes or no? Because mostly payment you are doing through bank or credit card. But sometimes let's say you have $500 and you pay somebody $300. There is no way you can track that information, yes or no? So that information you do through journal entry. Make sense? So journal entry means something is not coming through bank or credit card or some paper form, then you do. Let's create a one journal entry. Journal entry, ideally you should do less because this is fishy in the sense of if you want to cook the books, too many journal entry means something wrong. Do you agree or not? Because ideally you are paying through credit card or bank check. So if you're doing $5,000 or $50,000 journal entry, then it's fishy. $200, $300, $500 is fine, but big amount, I would not do journal entry. Now, sometimes people have to do journal entry. Like example, there's something like last year, you had that and you missed the entry. Last year you had and you missed entry. So for account corrections, you do journal entry with the proper notes. It's okay to do that. So that's why this is called manual entry. So right now we're going to do manual entry. So select account. And you are saying this, let's say I'm doing loan, right? I did loan. So let's SBA loan. So search SBA loan. So in SBA loan, you got 150,000, right? But that 150,000, when we got SBA loan, we did not deposit yet in a bank. Do you agree on that? Yeah. We say that we have a balance 150, but we didn't deposit yet. So when money comes in, money comes in from SBA loan, this is a little tricky. Sometimes it does reverse. So SBA loan, you got the money, which is 150,000 you got, right? So that is accredited. $150,000 was credited, but then it should go to bank, right? Somewhere you need to put money. So I put money, Bank of America. So you can see it adjusts automatically. Please understand, SBA loan gives you 150,000 credit, and that money you put it in a Bank of America as a debit, right? Now I need to see that sometimes entry goes wrong, right? We need to see. So please understand, SBA loan, if I put debit here, right, it means it will be credited here. Let's see it and then we'll correct it, right? First check, see here. I'm saying SBA loan gave me credit, right? Because I borrow money. I borrow money. So I got money. When I get money, it's called credit. But then it should be debited here. So let's see what happened. And I can put in descriptions like loan amount, right? Loan amount. And now save it. And you're done. Save it. So I put a general entry. So at this moment, what should be reaction? What should be reaction for this entry? Where would I see the reflection? In a bank account, if I go to a Bank of America, I should see 150,000 deposit. Listen carefully. Yes or no? If it is not deposited, then I have to reverse this entry. Why? Because this entry shows negative. Are we understanding or not?
Yes.
If I took a loan, and if I put loan in a Bank of America, then those should be added in a Bank of America. Yes or no? So let's double check it. So what I'm going to do, I close this thing. So let's close it. Right now here,
Save it.
now, save it and close it. Right now, search here Bank of America. Search Bank of America. Search Bank of America and click on it. I like that search. It's super.
Yeah.
Bank of America, and see 150,000 is deposited, and the answer is yes. So that entry went very well. Did you notice that? Say yes or no.
Yes.
And this is journal entry. This kind of entry only you can do through journal. Was it hard?
I don't know. I'm sorry. It's still up there. I cannot save it. I don't know what.
So far, so good.
Yes.
Right. Make sure you know this concept in journal is very, very important. When you don't have a way, because you took a loan is totally different. QuickBooks will not know that you took a loan. Yes or no? So you are entering this journal entry to show that I have taken a loan. Yes or no? Okay. Now, let's go back to my PowerPoint. So we did a QuickBooks, this one. We created a chart account. Yes or no? We know assets, we know this fixed asset. Now, we did that, expense are good, appreciation, depreciation we discussed. Now let's do pay bill. So we're going to do pay bill. So I'm going to do entry. Your homework is here itself. So some of them, if you see after that, please see on the screen. Please see on the screen. After that, you will do homework. But I know you are not going to do homework, so it's okay. It's your career, right? I'm here as a teacher, right? I cannot force you. If I were you, I can just learn it and start making money, right? Some of you will be surprised. You will make a lot of money. But in the United States, people don't realize how much money you make. I always tell my wife, if I spend 1 hour, I make money. But there are in people here in the world, especially United States, they really need money. They don't have ability to work.
I cannot finish this. Should I come to you?
Just cancel that. That's fine. Just do cancel. No worry about that. Yeah. Just cancel that. Yeah. Cancel that. Right. Now, I want to show you something. I'm recording the session, so feel free and watch recording later. But right now, I want to do pay bill. So before we do pay bill, I want you to understand every exercise is here. So if you read the slide, there will be a lab which you need to do that. First, let's understand the pay bill concept. Ready? See, when you understand, you will not have error. The reason you will have error, because as an accountant, you need to understand. So pay bill works two-step approach. I get a bill first, and then I pay bill. Are you understanding this person?
Yes.
In your house, you will get a mail bill. You get mail bill or no? Comcast bill, Nycode bill, water bill, yes or no? So you get a bill first. So as an accountant, what you do, every bill you get, you enter into QuickBooks. Every bill you get, you enter, but you're not paying it. Makes sense?
We have to put it in.
You enter bills.
Yeah.
Hello, listen.
Yeah.
You get a bill, add. You get a bill, you add, but you're not paying it. You pay whenever you want. So example, I got a bill, water bill on 1st. I will go and enter bill. I got another bill, AT&T, 2nd. And then I got another bill, Nycode added. So far I have not paid. And let's say on 10th, I want to pay bill. So when at 10th I pay bill, all bill will be visible. I can pay one by one. So when you get a bill, you enter those bill. But when you are paying, you pay once. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
You do it that same thing at your house. As soon as you get a bill, you pay.
No.
Same thing. But you are keeping in your desk or something. Here you are entering into it. So it will increase your liability.
Yeah.
Liability. Why liability? Because QuickBook will not know until you enter. Do you agree or not?
Yeah.
So as soon as a bill comes, you enter. That way it increases the liability. It means you need to pay. You need to pay. You need to pay. You need to pay. Account payable will increase. You understand?
Yes.
If you have bill and you don't enter, QuickBooks will never know. So you have to enter. So QuickBooks know that payable, payable, payable. Pay. When you pay it, all will become zero. I'm just going to show you. You pay attention, okay? Because every time you have a problem, make sure, because there are 4 entries will happen. If one entry is not correct, you will not be able to see. So make sure you carefully see that, because every entry has to go through smooth. First, you will enter bill. Also, your account payable will increase. Again, we'll enter the bill. Account payable will increase. Then I'll do pay bill. Account payable will decrease. This has to happen properly. If not, you will create a problem. Ready? So let's get started. Make sure everyone carefully see this, okay? So search here, bill. Search bill. See, normally I search it because I don't look around. So you can see first I'm going to do create bill. Okay. Always see on the screen there is you cannot miss at all if you follow the color. Human nature, you pay attention. If one person can do, that should be you. Make sense or not? We are not doing any programming here. We're just clicking few. So far, sir, we are clicking on create bill. Create bill. So let's click on create bill. So this is our first bill I'm creating. Make sure you follow along. Now, vendor, you can pick any vendor of your choice, or you can say I have Office Depot. I'm going to select it, or I can create a new thing. Makes sense or not? For time being, I'm going to select this as a demo. Terms, whatever you have, 15 days, 30 days, no problem. Bill number, that's it. Number 3, doesn't matter. Now category. So Office Depot gave me office supplies. So let's say office supplies. And just say descriptions. You have paper what? You want paper. So far so good.
Yes.
See, guys, there is nothing special. It's simple, easy. Anybody can follow along, right? Now, this is $500. You got the bill? Yes or no? $500 bill. So far, you got a bill. What you should do here, if you scroll down, there is an upload from this device. Upload from the device. So if you have a picture, you can upload that picture. So like example, so I can click here and I can scan that bill and upload. Do you agree? Are you understanding?
Yeah.
I don't have it, but if I have, so that whole bill will be visible. So far, so good. Now I'm going to save it. So what happened? One bill is outstanding. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Was it hard at all? So far?
Yes.
Right, save. Let's do one more bill. So this time I'm going to select, this is let me go back to my, I say 1 second, I need to close it because I added one bill. I just want to show you something. My screen is, let me do this one. Okay. Now close it. Once you save it, you close it. Did I pay this thing? No. Did I pay this?
No.
No. So now X out. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Now go to report. Make sure you follow along. Go to report. Go to report. Say yes.
Yeah.
Now in report, go to balances. You will see payable. You will see balances. Scroll down and find the balances. Click on balances. Click on balance. Balance it, right? Balance it. So now, do you see anywhere $500 payable somewhere?
Yes.
Yes.
Where you see?
Office furniture. Fixed asset.
No, that's a furniture. No, payable. That should be account payable. This is asset. There should be $500 somewhere. Opening balance equity. Where is the bell? It went to here, office expense. No, you got $500 furniture. That is definitely as an asset. Let me click on 500. Just want to see. Just want to see that. No, this is not the one entry, right? This is the last. I think my entry is not visible yet. Give me 1 minute. Let's go to report one more time. Report. Because we have not paid yet. So that should be 9. Normally it should show us as a account payable. So balance it. Let me refresh maybe. It should show up as a minus that you have not paid. It should be account payable because you have to pay it. You got a bill. You inform the thing. There is a minus 500. Somebody we should have minus 500. Equity is here. Liability is 300. Long-term liability change. Let me click here. What is this issue? Why it's not showing my $500? What is my 500? Disappear. Where is my 500? Let's do one thing. Go to report. We save it, right? So I just want to show you because that entry, or see where it is there, payable, account payable. It has to be an account payable. So scroll down and you see if you have account payable somewhere. Or you can search here. Account payable. Here. Account payable. Search here. Account payable. Account payable. Account payable. Payable. And you can see here it is showing $500. Because it's today only, it's not showing as a liability, but you can see account payable is there. Do you see that or not?
Yes.
What I did is, let me go back here. I will search here, account payable. I'm searching account payable, aging summary, account. You have to search here in the report. Please see here. If you search appropriately, right? You are in report. Click on report. Now search account payable. See if I just type account. See, we all are using same software. So we all see same. There is no difference, right? Account payable. So if you click on that, you see the 500, right? $500 is visible. Maybe because I have just entered this thing today, it's not showing up, but it's there. Now, let's say I want to create another bill. So let's do it. So click here, search and say create bill, create bill. Make sure you follow along.
Yeah.
Make sure you do that. Click on this, create bill. Click on create bill.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Create bill. So we'll say create bill. So this time when I create bill, now this is the bill again. So this time I'm going to select new vendor. So let's click on new vendor. Add new vendor. Are we following? Make sure you see on the screen. The last thing you do is, what did you do? right? Make sure you see on the screen, because we are not doing thousands of activity. We are just taking few activity. Add new entry. And this time I'm going to create a new vendor. So let's say vendor, I'm just giving a name, vendor B, right? Vendor B. And then I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. Vendor B, I save it. I should have given all detail, but right now, vendor B. Now, terms and conditions, due on receipt, right? Yeah, bill number is number 4, right? And the category, this time, category like he paid, let's say, utility bill. So utility bill. So let's search utility. So select utilities. Yes, utilities, and let's say water bill. Water bill. And let's say this is like $200. So first of all, now I have two choices. I can save and schedule payment, means automatic payment will happen. Make sense? I can do save. See here, I can click on save. This tiny arrow. I can save and schedule payment, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to say click here, and I'll say save and close. Make sense? On save and close. So I click here, save and close. So I have two outstanding bills. Do you agree? Now, see, I'm entering bills, but I'm not paying it. So now, let's say I got all my money. It's a month end. I have to pay them. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So now check it out. Search here and say pay bill. Pay bills. Search pay bills. See on the screen? Search pay bills. Make sense?
Yeah.
So when you do that, you will see both bills there. It will say both bills. Look at that. Do you agree? It said due today. Why? Because we selected payment when you received the receipt. Remember terms? This one is term,
Yeah.
15 days. So due means payment or receipt. Remember we selected, so it's a red color. Now I have choice. I want to pay them. So I can say all, I can pay all or partially I can pay, right? So I'll say, I will pay from Bank of America. So Bank of America, I'm going to pay. Bank of America is right now this much money.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pay both. So I'm going to select both. I'm going to select. So when I select, automatically it says full payment. How did it know? Because that was outstanding. It automatically selects. So it says $700. So $700 will deduct from here. Yes or no?
Yes.
And now I'll say schedule payment. Schedule payment. So payment will be scheduled. The $700 will be gone, right? So I can schedule payment. So then it will adjust that payment. Now streamline your bill processing, schedule payment. 1 second, because I need to go back because I don't have a bank set up properly. So it's not going to do well. Right? I'm going to cancel that for time being. And I'll see if I can save later. So I'll just say save it for now. Save and close it. Make sense or not? Because I don't have a bank set up, so I cannot schedule payment right now. So I'm going to click here. Now I'm going to say save and close. Save and close, what that means? It means this money, Bank of America will pay. How much money? $700, right? So save and close. So far, you guys with me?
Yeah.
Now I want to see all the transactions are properly happen or not. So let's go back. Go to report. Go back to report and select report. And this time select income sets. Select income state or balance sheets. Sorry, my mistake. Profit and loss. Sorry for that. Report, profit and loss. Report, profit and loss. Select report, profit and loss. Make sense? Or not?
Yeah.
Now, when you do that, you will see that $700 deducted from Bank of America. So you can see here, say yes or no.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So this is the way bill works. You receive the bill, add all bills, and then later on pay it. You don't have to pay right away. You add all bills,
Okay.
and then you pay bills. Clear? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Crystal clear.
Yeah.
Now completely reverse we're going to do. Bill you receive. Bill you receive. And then you pay. So far.
Yeah.
But sometimes you are providing services. You are providing services. Let's say you provide service to one company. Company one. They didn't pay you. So you will generate invoice. You will generate invoice. Then they will send you what you call money. Do you guys understand what?
Yeah.
So that time, so there's 3 steps. First, you provided service. So when you provide service, you didn't get money. Now you're generating invoice for the service you provide. Let's say you provide a service of $1,000. So you generate invoice. Between this thing, there will be 30, 40 days. So during this time, in balance sheet, it will show as account receivable. Do you know why? Why it shows account receivable? So you understand.
Yeah.
I want you to speak up. Why it is account receivable?
Because the bank is not receivable.
You perform the service. Did you get money?
No.
Account receivable say that you will get money.
Mm.
So if you don't track that, then you will not know when money will come. Just like you enter bill, so you know you need to pay the bill. Same thing, you are generating invoice, so you know the money will come. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If you don't do that, there is no need to do accounting. There are 2 things is important. Sometimes you get money right away. If you get right away, it calls sales receipt. Right away. Last week we did sales receipt. But 90% you will not get right away. In that case, you have to generate invoice. You need to generate. When you generate invoice, you get money. Sometimes you get partial money. Sometimes you get a full payment.
Oh, yes.
Are we understanding now? If you don't track it, there is no need to do accounting because whole business works on credit. So you do sell first, you provide service first, then you get money. Are we understanding?
Yes.
Account receivable, if you don't do it, you will be bankrupt. Because majority activity are on credit. So we are going to do that. Are you guys ready? There are 4, 5 things we're going to do. So make sure you don't lose me. The reason I'm saying because you can understand entire flow if you do one time. And this is what you should do as a homework. All those things are coming from slides. So let's go back to search. And we'll say invoice. Search invoice. Are you guys able to see create invoice?
Yes.
Say yes.
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 Perfect. Now click on invoice. So when you are here invoice, we are generating invoice because we provided the service. So first, I don't want this, so I will cancel this. I don't want tool or anything. You see how beautiful it looks. Nice,
Yeah.
right? Right?
Yes.
So you can select here and add a new customer. Add a new customer. And let's say this customer is, let's say Thomas. So we can say Thomas. Right? Thomas is a customer. And just save it. We'll take 30 minutes extra if you guys are okay, because next week we should close it. So I have enough to cover. Just we are almost there. So Thomas. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Now, if you come down, product and services. I have not added product, but I'll show you product today. So that way you can select the product. But right now, if I don't have anything, you can just say services. Yeah. Right? Services. And let's say you provide consulting service.
2 minutes. See the rest of the
Service. So far, so good.
Also, description.
Consulting services is just nothing but like entry. You are providing entry. What type of service you provide? Because if you just say service, it will be questionable. But if you say what type of service you provided, and then how much money you charge, right? So you're generating invoice. Let's say you are charging 5,000, right? Now it is possible that you have provided too many services, right? So you have another service you provided, and let's say you're provided, let's say, training. So you can do training service, right? And let's say that you provided as a $2,000 training. Make sense?
Yes.
So this way you can generate invoice line. This is called line item. What we call line item. Line item. Line item. Line item means how many items you have in invoice. Line item. So sometimes invoice may have multiple line items. Make sense on that? So ideally, all the services you provided, all services you provided should be line item. Ideal. So anytime you provide services, you will have line item. So like example, here I'm saying that, Thomas is a company. I provided services, which is $5,000, and I also provided training for $2,000. So total, I have provided $7,000 services. I'm providing invoice. The invoice I'm going to send them. Yes or no?
Yes.
So normally, if you have proper setup, they will get email. They will get email. You can also set up link so they can pay through link. They can pay through link. If you don't provide a link, then they will send you a check. Right? Nowadays, most of people provide link. So if they click on the link, they provide credit card detail, automatically $7,000 will be deposited in your bank. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to see if you do review and send, they will get email. If you do review and send, they will get email. But right now, we're going to save, see share link. So if you do share link, they can pay. Yes or no? But right now, we're going to do save and close. So we're going to say save and close. Save and close. So far, so good?
Yes.
Now ask yourself question. Ask yourself question, did we get money? No. So right now, go to reports. Click on reports and look for balance sheet. This time you will have around 7,000 account receivable balances. Balances. Do you see 7,000? Some reason it's not reflecting very fast. You should see.
Yeah.
It's not refreshing very fast. You know what? Even though I'm doing it, it's not reflecting very fast. Some reason. Ideally, it should see you should see here account receivable. 1 second, refresh. Ideally, you should see that. It's not refreshing that fast because your $7,000 will come to you. Yes or no?
Yeah.
It should show up here.
Show up at 7,000.
Yeah, it should. It is. Let me check here. Maybe something is missing. Because I'm doing cash. I understand. I'm doing accrual now. Accrual. Right? Now I think it will show. Run report. Yeah, it shows up. Do you see that?
You did balance.
See here. It's if I do cash, run report, it's not showing up. Why? Hello? Why?
Yeah.
Because money didn't come.
So
Money.
you have to choose either you use the cash or call.
No.
No?
Please understand. Balance sheet shows now what you have.
Yes.
But if I select accrual, it means what I'm going to get. It also shows. So if you say report, you can see 7,000 shows. And if you click on it, you will see both informations, 5,000 and 2,000. If you click on it, you will see that. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, are you guys with me?
Yes.
Now, let's say I got a check. I got a check of $7,000. Or I get a partial. Either way. So this is called, you got payment. So payment, receipt. Payment,
You receive.
payment, receipt. When you get a payment receipt? When you send invoice, then you get a payment receipt. So there is a sequential. First you provide the service, then you generate the invoice, then you get a payment receipt. Payment, Yes.
Can do receipt.
Right, so let's do that. So now search here, and we'll say payment, search payment, and it's a receive payment. Receive payment. See how beautiful the search is. I love it because I don't have to click around. I don't have to look around. Right? I like this way. So receive payment. So when you do receive payment, who's paying, sending you bill?
Tom.
The Thomas, right? So you select Thomas. Thomas give you bill, pay, and automatically it select 7,000 for you. Pretty cool. Yes or no?
Yes.
But like Thomas is a poor guy. He gave you only $3,000. How much he gave you?
3,000.
So 4,000 will be outstanding. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
So you save it. Save and close. Save and close. Sorry, before you do that, that's fine. I wanna, whatever money he comes, listen carefully. Whatever money he gave, I need to deposit, right? He gave me cash, check, right? Yes or no? So let's say he gave me check, then I need to know where I'm depositing,
Bank.
right? Bank like that. So bank will increase. Yes or no?
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll save and close.
So you don't put anything in reference number?
If I want to put, like if they have given me check, then the check will have number. So you can say the check number.
Number.
You can write the check number,
Okay.
or you can say check number was 124. This is just a reference purpose, right?
Okay.
Now save it, save and close. So how much money we got so far?
3,000.
How much we are outstanding? 4,000.
4,000.
So now let's go again, and we got receipt, payment receipt. So let's say payment. Thomas again sending me another check. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what are you gonna say? Receive payment. Receive
Receipt.
payment. Receive payment.
Receipt payment.
Now select Thomas, right? And select check. Let's say he gave you check number this.
Okay.
Now this time he paid full. So just check it. He paid 4,000. And now you save and close. Save and close. So what total $7,000 will be deposited in bank? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So now if you do save and close, you're done. Now we're gonna do report. Go to report. Because you got money, that's called income. Yes or no?
Yes.
So let's go to report. Make sure you see on the screen and follow along.
Yeah.
Report.
Report.
This time I'm going to do profit and loss because it's income. Yes or no?
Oh, profit and loss.
Because it's income. You already have money in your bank, right? So go to profit and loss and see that your bank has now additional $7,000. So you can see here services. Do you see that? Say yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And if you click on that, you will see $7,000 came from Thomas. Click on that. So you will see $7,000 came from bank. Say yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Right? Training services we got and consulting services got, and the money will came from Thomas. Pretty cool. I love it. Make sense?
Yeah.
This way, if you do that, that's all, accounting is all. See, in accounting, if you see here, accounting has only four segments, right? Income, right? Income, expense, assets, liability. Make sense? When you buy furniture, when you buy equipment, that asset. When you take a loan, right? Expense, utility expense, gas expense, entertainment expense. And income is like you sell something, product or service, right? Now, when you sell, please understand, when you sell, sometime you get right away money. That's called sales receipt. Right away money. That's called sales receipt. Sometime you don't get right away, then you generate invoice. You generate invoice. And you get money, that's called payment receipt. Are we clear?
Yeah.
So somebody ask, why should you generate invoice? Because you're not getting payment right away. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Now in expense, you make expense, right? You make expense. Now, if you pay right away, then no problem. But you make expense, but you don't pay, then you will get a bill. Yes or no?
Yes.
And then you have to pay bill. That's a pay bill type of situation. Means like example, AT&T internet. You're paying it, you're making expense, but you're not paying. You get a bill, you pay it. This is your, most of the time you will be spending time, most of the time. Now, if you're a company, expense will be another thing, like example, payroll expense, right? For payroll expense, we'll cover next week. which is another payroll. So in payroll, you need to have employee. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Employee, your type, employee type, like are they, we'll talk about that and then we'll talk. Sometimes mileage expense, right? Mileage expense you can add. Mileage means your vehicle expense you can add. Assets is furniture, bank money is asset, or account receivable, money account receivable, because you provide a service, but you did not get the money. Then anytime you generate invoice, that's the account receivable, right? And anytime you get a bill, but you did not pay it, will be account payable. Makes sense? Right? So you can do that. Now, if you go here in your report, I want you to be comfortable with the report because you will be spending a lot of time in report. So like example, if you go to balances, so click on balances. So report balances. Now, most of the time, company will ask you, listen carefully, company will ask you various type of reports. So I'm going to spend some time. In a report, you can select time. So right now you can select a time from here to here, right? Now, if you want something like special time, you can select that. Here, you can change the date or you can change here. So like example, you have options available. So like example, this month, only this month. So if you select this month and run report, you will see this month only October, right? If you select starting here, like example, starting this one, but if you say this quarter, so you can generate report, run report, it will show you this quarter. Make sense? Now, here there is options available. If you want to print it or email it. So let's example, if I want to print it, so I can see that PDF report, beautiful PDF report, which I can download, save it, and email my boss. Make sense? Your boss will ask a lot of reports. And good news about it, you can generate that. Sometimes he will change the, hey, I want a previous report. You can pick a percentage of growth and all. So like example, I want to compare. Please understand, I want to compare, balance it. So because we are doing all in 1 month, I cannot compare. But in company, they want to say, hey, compare last month versus this month, right? So here, you can see here, your options available. So here, compare another period. What does that mean? So like a company will create like example last year, and this is the current year. So between this last year, let's say you have $100, and current year you have $500. So you grow it. So you can show what percentage growth happened, right? So here you can compare, but we don't have a way to compare. So that's why we don't have a way. But if you do PDS, like select whatever you want like that, right? And then you run report, it will show you 3 columns. Do you see that?
Yeah.
3 columns, current column, previous column, and growth. But because we don't have anything last year, we have 100% growth. But you can see the growth also, right? Now, if you want to do customizations, you can click on the customizations and you can compact. You can do also thing. You can also email also if you want. So you can export as a PDF file. You can email also. Good. Same thing. Like if you go to report, right? If you can go to report, and let's say something company say, you know what? I want to do month by month report. So see what happened. So here, let's say example profit and loss. Click on profit and loss. So if you click on profit and loss, this is showing total, all total, means everything. But if you click here and say, no, I want month by month. Make sense? So if I do month by month, and if I run, it will show me run report. It will show me my 12 months. Pretty cool. So you can see month by month, how are we doing? Because we have started in October, we can only see October. But otherwise, month by month, it will show you income expense. Good thing or bad thing. So you can see literally how you're doing. Sounds good?
Yes.
So at this moment, we'll stop, but I'm hoping you're understanding what we are doing. If you don't do the exercise, I am recording the session. If you ever think about that you want to work in QuickBooks without using tool, you will not know. So you have to use tool. The tool will expire next week. So next week will be our last day. Next week, I'm going to ask you some kind of exercise. I want to see you are able to do. Then we'll give you a certificate that QuickBooks perspective. I'll do payroll, right? I will do payroll part. And I also show something which I did not cover yet. So next week, maybe 1.5 hours, I'll cover my part, and then there will be a quiz. I'll give you a quiz and I'll say, do this, do this, do this. I'll be walking around and I'll see if you can do it. And then you will have a course completion certificate.
Okay.
Right? This the PowerPoint which I have, if you do this exercise, there is a lot of step-by-step information out there. I cover all the details, how to add bills, and a lot of things I explain and all. Feel free and go through that. And if you have a question, please let me know. Next week I'll cover that. Goal of the exercise, I want you to be comfortable. What goes in income sheets, what goes in a balance sheets, what is account receivable, what is account payable, right? How it works, and you can see that. This way, once you, the gear is everything. You can do that. Sounds good?